This lens first came out 8 years ago. At the time, it set a new standard for third-party glass. But does it hold up going into 2023? Today, we're going to find out. I bought the 50mm art lens recently mainly because I couldn't justify the ridiculous price tag on the 50mm 1.2 G Master from Sony. This was the first time really putting it through its paces though. I shot nothing else for the whole day and I tried to keep it wide open or close to it as much as possible. At the time, I was looking to round out my lens collection with a fast standard prime. I've tried some of the Sony 1.8 lenses in the past, and after only shooting G Master zooms for the longest time, it's very hard to go back to anything less than professional glass. The first thing I noticed when I touched this lens was how heavy it was. Without checking the specs, it felt at least as heavy as the 24-70, which is my most used lens. And the actual length is a little bit shorter and a little bit lighter, but with the hood on it, it works out to be almost the exact same length. I'm going to level with you. I wanted the 50mm 1.2 lens instead of this one, but probably not for the reasons that you think. Honestly, I thought it looked cooler on the camera. The reviews I've seen made it look chunky and compact. There's something I've always found really appealing about a short, fat piece of glass on a pro body, similar to the way that the Canon 50mm 1.2L used to look on a 5D.
Yeah, good. Actually look down at it. Yeah, that's good. As if you're checking it, like if it's straight or something like that. Yeah, good. Yeah, nice. And now just either hold it or whatever's comfy or lean it up against something. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Yeah,
I also think the barrel and overall look of the Sigma 50mm are a bit dated now. It's a lens that looked like it looked cool 8 years ago, and I'm surprised they haven't updated it to a version 2 like they have with the 35 and the 85mm. I imagine it's probably not too far away though, and that's probably the reason that these lenses are coming up sort of quite affordable at the moment, because there's probably a 50mm 1.2 coming from Sigma, if I had to guess. For all that, I was sort of wrong. The more I looked into it, I realized that the lenses were virtually the same size and weight. The G Master is actually slightly longer, but it's also marginally lighter at 778 grams. There's just something about these Art Series lenses. If you've used one before, you know it's not just the sharpness that makes them attractive. There's something intangible that you can't quite put your finger on. Personally, I think there is even something a little bit different about the colors that you get compared to native Sony or Canon glass, although I've been told by multiple people that it's probably just my imagination. In a professional sense, a 1.2 aperture actually has very few practical uses. Maybe a portrait shoot, but nothing too close. Your subject will literally need to be straight onto camera with both eyes on the same plane. If you're shooting fashion, you will have your eyes subject in focus, but not the garment. If you're shooting product, you're not going to have the whole product in focus.
Chris, as you're doing that, could you just tilt your chin up slightly towards that light? Don't want to distract you. Beautiful, thanks mate.
I've seen virtually zero of the flaws that kind of lens will give you: back focusing, chromatic aberration, weird flare. I ended up picking up this lens secondhand for about $700 Australian, and it really feels like a steal. I believe even full price, you could probably pick one up for less than $950, and compared to the G Master, that's almost $2,000 off. I really couldn't ask for anything more in a lens. It focuses really well, and like I said, I tried to keep it at 1.4 for as long as possible. My natural instinct was to stop it down to 1.6 or 1.8 just because I think I'm going to get more usable photos like that, but I never really had any issues with the focus. I have managed to use it on a couple of other shoots since, and I did notice that in low light it does struggle to focus a little bit. For me, it's really not an issue though. This lens focuses as well or better than any of the fast primes I've ever used, and I think every lens is going to struggle a little bit in low light or if it's backlit as well.
Good, and looking back towards the back of the workshop. There we go, good.
For this price range, it literally blows everything else I've seen out of the water. I would say keep checking back on the price of this lens. If I had to guess based on nothing but gut instinct, I would say in the next 6 to 12 months, there'll be an update to this series, which will be even better, and it will probably even drop the price of this version down even further. If you enjoyed this one, check out the video on screen now where I run through all of my lighting equipment, including the gear that I used to light the shots in this video. Cheers.